OSB, Book of Wars against Jehovih. Chapter 47. 1. Osiris the False, on setting up a heavenly kingdom of his own, and dominion over Arabenia and Parsia and Helest, said, Let Tain and Sedga pursue their course in destroying. Mine shall be in the opposite way. 2. Osiris the False said, 3 kinds of bad people I have found in heaven and earth. They that are forever finding fault with and putting down what others have built up. They are most crafty in argument to find the flaws of others, the inconsistencies, errors, and shortness. But there is nothing in them to build up anything in heaven or earth. The next bad man is he who findeth fault, not only with all that hath ever been, but with all propositions designed for a new state of affairs. He is as worthless as the shaft of a spear without a head. The third bad man I have found is he who, seeing the faults and errors of others, harpeth not unto them, but plungeth into work with something new and bold, involving himself and others in disaster. And these 3 have the great multitude, the world, to take care of. I alone am capable of destroying and building up. 3. The non-resistance of the faithless hath ever made them dependent on their mercy of their neighbors in heaven and earth. They must be destroyed, and their doctrines also. 4. In destroying their doctrines, I must give something in the place. I have labored to put away Jehovih and establish the Lord God. Now to put away the latter and establish myself as myself would take other hundreds of years. Better then it is that since Deus is cast into hell, I take the names Lord God and Deus and Creator, and all such as are acceptable in heaven and earth. 5. Neither will I rob them of their rites and ceremonies, but so add thereunto that, by the superior glory, they will accept mine. 6. Nor will I abridge mortals of their learning, but, on the contrary, be most exacting and high in aspiration, for by this will I win the approval of the wise and learned. 7. Mortals love idols, therefore I will give them idols. Male and female will I give unto them. 8. Osiris then called Baal, Astaroth, and Egypt into his heavenly council chamber, and said unto them, 9. 2 idols shall ye inspire mortals to build unto me, and one shall be the figure of a male horse, with a man's head and chest and arms, and he shall point upward, signifying heavenly rest. And the other shall be the figure of a mare, with the head and breast and arms of a woman, and she shall hold a bow and arrow before her, and behind her a sword and a rose, signifying for righteousness' sake. And the male idol shall be called Osiris, and the female Isis. 10. For wherein I assert myself creator of all the living, I must show unto men that I am male and female. 11. Which of a truth is the fountain of all that is in heaven and earth, wherein projection and reception are the sum of all philosophy. 12. In which ye shall teach that to go forth is Osiris, and to rest in meekness is Isis, for which the ancients used the bull and the lamb. 13. For I was a globe, boundless as to size, and swift as to motion, and I put forth a wing for flying, and a hand for labor, by which are all things conquered and subdued. And beneath the wing I set the Lamb of Peace, as a sign of the flight of the defenseless. But under the hand I set the head of a bull, as a sign of my dominion. 14. And I made heaven and earth with wings flying forth, bearing the serpent and the sun. Square with the world and circumscribed have I made all things, good and powerful. 15. And in man's hand I placed the key to unlock the mysteries of the firmament of heaven, and the power and wisdom and riches and glory of the earth. Into his hand I placed a club to slay the lion or to subdue him. 16. For I am like unto man, having created him in mine own image, and I hold the key of heaven and earth, and dominions over all the inhabitants I created on the earth. I am Tau, I am said. 17. I am the light of the life and the death. Out of myself made I all that live or ever have lived. The sun in the firmament I set up as a symbol of my power. The stars and the moon and things that speak not and know not are the works of my hand. Without me nothing is, nor was, nor ever shall be. 18. Whoso goeth forth warring for the right is for me, and I am with him. With warriors, I am a God of war. With the peaceful, I am a lamb of peace. To do is of me. To not do is not of me, but of death. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, blood for blood, mercy for mercy, but force unto all things, with will to conquer, for in these am I manifest unto men. 19. For in the beginning I created the world of mine own force, and this is my testimony, justifying force even with violence, when the greater good cometh to the greater number. Hereon hangeth my law, in which any man can understand that had the faithless fought for righteousness, they would have long since mastered the world and subdued it unto their God. 20. What then is the stratagem of gods, save by some means to reduce men and angels unto oneness in all things? When Osiris had thus addressed the three gods, he waited for them to speak. Baal said, "This is a foundation. We have never had a foundation for men nor angels." Astaroth said, "This is a head and front to lead the world." Egypt said, "The wisdom of the faithists was in having a direct course." 21. Osiris said, "Then will I revise the doctrines of earth and heaven. I will not say this is for Deus, nor the Lord, nor God, nor Osiris, nor Apollo, nor any other god, but I will give that which all save Jehovians can accept." 22. For I will allot unto God all things, not defining which God or what God, but God only. The rest will I manage in Agoaden, my heavenly kingdom. 23. Go ye therefore to mortals, and revise the things of Deus unto God. And if mortals question of the oracles to know who God is, say ye, he is Osiris to the Osirians, Apollo to the Apollonians, Isis to the Isisians. He is the creator, the master, the all, out of whom were created all things. He who created man in his own image, who dwelleth on a throne in heaven. 24. But if they question further, asking if he is the ever-present, answer them, nay. And if they say, is he Jehovih, the great spirit? Answer them, nay. 25. For I will not suffer one faithist to dwell alive on the face of the earth.